Here's a short version if you don't want to watch the 6-part series. In the middle of May, I started working for a local restaurant in the Philadelphia area called Bernie's. After a couple weeks, my paycheck started arriving late. On June 25th, my paycheck was 3 days late. On July 8th, I missed my paycheck entirely. After my paycheck was a week late, I refused to return to work until I'd been compensated for my missing paycheck and the work I'd already done. On July 22nd, I was supposed to be paid again, and I was not paid. So I did not receive my missing paycheck from July 8th, nor did I receive the paycheck that was owed to me on July 22nd. On July 23rd, the entire restaurant went on strike as a result of unpaid wages. Several people up there were dealing with missing paychecks. People up there were dealing with checks that were bouncing or partial payments, and nobody wanted to work in those conditions. On Tuesday, July 26th, I was paid in full, but I was the only one paid in full. There are still people who work for Eric Kretschmann at Bernie's who have not been paid in full. I believe I was only paid in full because, number one, I was vocal and I asked about my missing money every day. Number two, I made it clear that I'd filed wage theft complaints with the Department of Labor. And number three, I launched this social media campaign. So clearly the owner, Eric Kretschmann, is afraid of the pressure and afraid of the consequences of breaking the law and not paying his employees, and decided to pay me in full in hopes that I would shut up about this issue. I would take my money and run, and he could continue to get away with his unfair and illegal and predatory practices. Today, Thursday, July 28th, the restaurant is supposed to reopen from the strike that they went on Saturday, July 23rd. If you work for Bernie's Manayunk, I would encourage you to continue your strike until you've been paid in full, number one. Number two, I would also make the terms of your returning from the strike conditions that you receive your paycheck in full and on time from here on out. Otherwise, you will immediately go on strike again. What he's doing is illegal. I would also encourage you to file a wage theft complaint. Those are confidential. I know he's aware that I filed them, but that's because I was vocal. But, it is confidential. The Department of Labor cannot tell him who has filed a wage theft complaint against him. I would also contact your representative, and I would contact an attorney. Feel free to DM me if you want to talk about how we can work together.